Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Friday, August 28th. And I guess the overall theme would be a lot of good things, I think, across many parts of the United States weather-wise. Of course, sometimes too much of a good thing can be, well, too much. But I think pretty good news for many parts of the country. Here across the state this morning, across the MAC area, temperatures mainly in the low 50s. We dropped into the upper 40s in several locations, including here in Breckenridge. But we're going to see our temperatures gradually warm. We'll be at least in the low to mid 70s today, so just a little bit cooler than what we thought yesterday and the day before. I think we'll be up around 80 for the weekend, and then much of next week, starting Tuesday, we'll be in the low to mid 80s, and I think mid to upper 80s. And we got a lot of warm air coming up, not only for next week, but really for the whole month of September. I think we'll we've been talking about a warm September since back in early July. And I think that certainly looks very likely, and we could be much above normal for the whole month, as it does, again, look like an awfully warm month. If we look at the webcam from Blissfield at their probe shack out there, you can see some of the scattered fog across that area. If we look at the national weather map, you can see low pressure crawling out of the plains. Will be heading right towards the state of Michigan. Looks like it's going to run through about central Michigan, so it's kind of a blend between yesterday's European and NAM versus the GFS, which had it farther south. So it looks like a compromise between the two. And that's going to try to take that warm front up to about central Michigan. So we're not going to be deeper in the warm air, so that the chance for any severe weather is quite limited. It looks like just a pretty good soaking rain for central and south central lower Michigan, mainly north of I-94 up to about US 10 area. I think in between that area, it looks like there's a good shot at around an inch of rain or better. Some local areas could see in excess of an inch and a half. But I think overall the average rainfall for much of the MAC area is going to be around a half to 3/4 of an inch. So a pretty good rain indeed. So that's some of the good news. And you can see by tomorrow that low is only in eastern Iowa. Again, heading towards central Michigan, the warm front attempting to move off to the north. And that's where we're going to get a lot of good overrunning precipitation falling north of that front. Across far southeast lower Michigan, the overall weekend rainfall may be around a 1/4 inch or less in some areas. And if we look at the next weather map, you can see across southern Florida, there's extreme drought there. A lot of areas of drought and severe drought across the southeast states. And of course, real problems out into the west, especially the northwest where all the forest fires are occurring. And again, we talked about some good news, and we're going to see plenty of that. First of all, for the southern places like Florida into the Carolinas, looks like tropical storm Erica is going to be a little bit weaker and move farther to the west. For this thing to be a stronger hurricane, it would have had to come across the eastern, off the east coast of Florida. That doesn't look like the case right now, but we'll keep an eye on that. Again, if it were to move, that would indicate to the east, that would indicate a stronger storm, probably becoming a hurricane. But as of right now, this is going to be a tropical storm, but that's actually good news. Farther west like this is going to bring more precipitation into areas that need it. And if we look at the 6 to 10 day outlook as far as precipitation, and we're going to shrink this down just a bit so we can encompass more of the area. And you can see lots of precipitation heading into the northwest, and then a lot of beneficial rains across the southeast United States. And here across Michigan, also a pretty good amount of rainfall here over the next 7 days. And if we look at the next feature, you can see the 6 to 10 day outlook as far as temperatures. We need the growing degree days. We're in pretty good shape, but this is definitely going to be good news, as is the whole month of September. So I think we're going to be in great shape across the Great Lakes area as far as our corn and soybean crop, getting them growing degree days in. And you can see, again, more good news out to the northwest areas where this will help firefighters with the cooler than normal temperatures and above normal precipitation that is expected in that area. So overall, a pretty good pattern, especially here in the Great Lakes, as we have summer 2.0 getting ready to start up as we get into next week. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day, a great weekend, and 73s to all.